guilty of crime.
And we're back. Come on, guys. I can feel the patience going away. Everybody's all over the place. We're breaking the internet with Elena Moore. Now, I wish this would happen with many other people that go missing. It was such a big deal. I so wish. But guys, before we jump into anything, let me say hello. I'm your host, Jay, with Guilty of Crime, and we're back. Breaking news, a body has been found, and that body does match that of Elena Moore. She just needs to be identified. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you right out of the gate that she was found. They believe it's her. It's going to be identified as her. And then we're going to talk about the disturbing video days before, a week before, as well as Elena Moore's mental health decline. Right now, when I say mental health decline, just like Mica Miller, guys, I'm telling you right now, today, this case, I mean, now that we got breaking news that body was found, which I'll show you right out the gate before I even tell the story. All right, so we want justice. We want justice for Elena Moore. But what happened to her? Guys, think Mica Miller and JP. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you the stark similarities. And there's not a lot of differences other than we don't know that her husband is a suspect or not. So if I have to play this multiple times, I will. Let's hop straight out of the gate with the press conference that clearly states it's Elena Moore. It just needs to be identified. I don't understand. I don't get any confusion. To me, there's zero confusion here as to who they have found, and that's Elena Moore. All right, so listen up. It's as loud as it can go. I'm going to go ahead and put the subtitles on.
Police Department.
All right.
I'm along here with Lexington County Sheriff Jay Coon, and we just want to brief y'all on the happenings of the day. So today, the Lexington Police Department received a tip that our missing person, Elena Moore, was seen in the area on June 11, 2026, between 4 and 6 p.m. Today, law enforcement and fire personnel began searching the area around 1:30 p.m. At approximately 2:48 p.m., we found an identified body that fits the clothing description of our missing person. We are still waiting on the coroner to identify her. We have asked the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division to investigate this death investigation. We want to thank the Lexington County Sheriff's Department, Lexington County Fire, Lexington County EMS, Lexington County Dispatch, South Carolina Probation Parole, South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, South Carolina Highway Patrol, and the Lexington County Coroner's Office, along with SLED, who will be investigating this case. Again, this is an active investigation. We also want to thank you guys, the media. You guys put this case out there, and that's how we received this tip. In order to find this unidentified body. Thank you.
All right.
Due to it being an active investigation, we cannot talk about the death investigation.
Now, is anybody in confusion anymore, or is everybody that just hopped into here 110% convinced that the comment that I pinned, that Elena Moore, her body has been found, identified visually? Now they need the coroner to do so. All right. So I want you to, I want to ask you, is everyone on the same page, or is anyone confused about this? All right. We're starting off today's episode under the assumption that Elena Moore's body has been found and she's no longer with us. The condition is that of death. Do we know what type of death? Do we know if she was strangled, shot, self-inflicted? We don't. We do know that she was having mental health crisis prior to, and people said her behavior was very odd. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. And again, the subject today, I just changed it. It's body found, disturbing new video days before missing Elena Moore. Body now found, needs to be identified, and these cases are similar, like Mica Miller and JP. Okay, so I want you to realize that both. And when I say that to you guys about her mental health, I'm telling you, people that were friends were saying that it was declining. And I have a chart here that tells you the stark similarities between this case and Mica Miller and JP Miller versus Elena Moore and Brannon Slice. Both two South Carolina cases. They don't share notable thematic similarities. They both do share notable thematic similarities, especially around the mental health decline, relationship stress, and public concern about possible coercive dynamics between herself and her husband. Her husband didn't even call 911 right away because allegedly she takes off all the time. All right. Let's pop this. Let's finish this so we can all be on the same page. All right. Let's go back. Here we go. One more time, guys.
Approximately 2:48 p.m., we found an identified body that fits the clothing description of our missing person. We are still waiting on the coroner to identify her. We have asked the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division to investigate this death investigation. We want to thank the Lexington County Sheriff's Department, Lexington County Fire, Lexington County EMS, Lexington County Dispatch, South Carolina Probation Parole, South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, South Carolina Highway Patrol, and the Lexington County Coroner's Office, along with SLED, who will be investigating this case. Again, this is an active investigation. We also want to thank you guys, the media. You guys put this case out there, and that's how we received this tip. In order to find this unidentified body. Thank you.
Again, unidentified body that matches her description, what she was wearing, etc. Let's see if they have any questions.
Information we saw that we put out, similar clothing description.
Okay, let me go back for a second because they're asking, how do you know it was her? Where's her vehicle? What happened? Okay. SLED, guys. SLED. By the way, the SLED team is the same team that covered the Murdaugh case. Am I correct? So Murdaugh case, JP Miller and Mica, and now we've got Elena Moore. Listen up.
Oh, her vehicle was never found. The vehicle was always with the husband. All right.
I'm going to show you where they were searching, okay?
Again, it's an active investigation, and we are having SLED investigate that.
Do you know at this time how she got to the CVS in the first place if she didn't have a card?
No, we don't have that information.
So just to be clear, that she had the same green outfit on that was
green outfit.
Similar information we saw that we put out, similar clothing description.
And around what time did you find the body?
Around approximately 2:48 p.m. today. We instructed of a tip in the North Lake, Old Cherokee area. That's where we received the tip that she was in the area on June 11th. All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
All right. So I made you all watch this twice. Listen up. They found her. She just needs to be identified. When I look at this woman and I see 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 this woman, there's no doubt about it that she doesn't match who they found, that they didn't match a tattoo, match the clothing description, etc., etc. All right. And good to see you guys, everybody. I'm going to go through all of this today. But the breaking news is Elena Moore has been found. Body needs to be identified. Now, let's get into what the heck happened because, well, that's why we're here. All right, let me finish this and then we will move on. Hello to everybody that I can't say hi to because I'm streaming and I'm going to read next.
We'll be checking in with him coming up in just a moment. I'm not sure if we still have that live picture up from Old Cherokee Road in Lexington County, but again, a heavy.
Guys, that is where they found her. I was going to show you the live footage that was streaming from Facebook all day long while they were watching the body being found, speculation, and now it's matched. All right, you call husband. Again, the title of this is 2 cases, South Carolina, similar circumstances, mental decline, just like Mica Miller. We're going to go over that in today's episode. What happened, where, who, and what the hell is Jay talking about? Similarities.
Police presence started showing up there this afternoon. They received a tip that led them to
From you
that
guys.
area.
You
And
guys.
again, as you just heard Terrence Green, the police chief in Lexington, say a body matching the clothing description of Elena Moore was recovered this afternoon at around 2:48 in the afternoon. We're pushing 4 hours now since that discovery was made. The coroner, Margaret Fisher, will make a final determination on the identity of the body that was recovered this afternoon. But again, police do believe it is that of 39-year-old Elena Moore, who had been missing technically since Thursday night of last week, reported missing as of Friday by to authorities. So again,
Say something.
this story appears to be coming to a grim end this evening as a body is recovered in Lexington, believed to be that of 39-year-old.
All right, so you guys are hearing this and definitely say something, see something, say something, and do something. And guys, a lot of times, like in the Nancy Guthrie case, people are out there getting arrested. And that is a bit different because they're just like set up shop out there and literally just raking in the dough while pissing neighbors off. In this case, a tip came in, multiple tips came in from you and 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 them. All right, social media did this. So good job to doing this and getting the lead that found the body of 39-year-old Elena Moore. Now we're going to get into the story. I just didn't want any confusion or someone popping in here saying, did they find her body? I heard it wasn't her.
Elena Moore. Since her disappearance was reported last week, several photographs of Moore began to surface on social media, and several were released to us by authorities. Some of the photographs showing her on a doorbell camera, other photographs showing her at the Publix parking lot, the Publix grocery store on Sunset Boulevard. Those images were released just last night. All right, we're going to have more on this as we begin a broadcast on our free Streaming 19 app, so be sure to stay with us.
All right, you guys in? We're all in? Now let's find out what happened to this woman. Is her husband involved? Do we think he is? And what mental health am I talking about? What mental health am I referring to when I refer to Mica Miller like Elena Moore? Let's get into that. We know the body's found. She needs to be identified. But what happened? All right. Are we good on the same page? Do me a favor. If you come in, hit that like button. If you leave, hit the like button. If you like the content that I present, like, subscribe, share, and hype if you have the option. Right. And if you guys want to help get to the goal today, super chat, super sticker, memberships, all that. Thank you.
Case of missing 39-year-old Elena Moore out of Lexington, South Carolina. Investigators have released updated details and new images as the search continues for her. Remember, we knew earlier that she was last
Nope.
seen on Thursday, June 11th, 2026, leaving
Nope.
a Planet Fitness and heading into the back wooded area. We're now finding out that on June 11th, around 9:17 p.m., she was actually on video moving in the direction of Old Cherokee Road by a Publix. This is about 3 to 5 miles away from the Planet Fitness where she was last seen at prior. She was reportedly wearing an olive green zip-up hoodie, which we saw her in at the gym, and black athletic pants. Officials say that this footage is now the most recent confirmed sighting.
And guys, this is the most recent footage, and this is the clothing that matches the description of what law enforcement found. All right. Again, she was only been missing. This is day 6. All right. Thank you, Foxy, for the Guilty of Crime membership. If you receive that membership, please thank Foxy. Mrs. Redhead says, "Hey, Jay, mods and chat. Seems like a busy area. Love watching your channel, Australia." Well, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. And Jamie, thank you. I don't know about my habits, but they say she has mental illness, and my show is going to focus around that today. All right. We need to focus more on mental health than anything now than ever before.
Of Elena. Now, the more I dig into this case, the more I'm starting to realize that this woman may not be mentally there and that she could be in need of major help. A week before Elena went missing, she was actually seen on someone's Ring camera at an apartment following a DoorDash delivery driver up the stairs of this apartment complex.
And don't worry, I'm going to play that in the entirety for you. You're going to see who she is, who her husband is, what happened, what's going on. Bodies found. This case just got started.
And picking up the food order that the DoorDash delivery driver was dropping off. The delivery was not hers, however, and she did not live at this apartment. The video shows Elena looking at the receipt confused. She's also trying to open the door, but having no luck. Before the gentleman opens the apartment door and takes the order from her, she then attempted to follow him into his residence. He and his partner said that she seemed disoriented and extremely confused. Also, about a week prior to her disappearance, on June 4th, 2026, a 911 call was made reporting suspicious activity near Kaufman Farm Lane in Lexington.
I'm telling you right now, guys, this is, and I haven't even told you what's really happened yet. This is a South Carolina woman, and people are saying she was in need of mental help. They saw it. She was acting funny. She was acting crazy. She wasn't really talking much about anything. She left Planet Fitness and then walked towards a wooded area behind Lowe's. The last pictures that were seen were on Publix on Old Cherokee Road. That's where they ultimately found the body. Out there was Old Cherokee Road. Now, new pictures, new surveillance was released. I'm going to get into that with you guys and show you some of the new images and the surveillance. And no mention of the exact mental illness or emotional instability. We don't know what medication or prior episodes that she's had from the family yet, but this is coming from friends that were close to her and things that have been happening in the last 6 days. Guys, it's been 6 days. This is the 6th day that she's gone missing. All right. And now it's become a very public concern when you start thinking about Brannon Slice, her husband. All right, let's continue.
In South Carolina. The call was made around 11:18 p.m. and it was in the same area that authorities are currently looking for her today. They say that a caller reported that while she was sitting in her vehicle, an unknown woman tried twice to open the vehicle door and then walked around the area appearing to talk on a phone. Multiple units discussed whether more than one officer was needed, and one officer planned to speak with the reporting party. What came about from that, I'm not sure, but this woman also said that she appeared to be out of it and confused. Authorities are still asking for the public's assistance. They're asking anyone with home cameras, dash cams, business security cameras to check them if you are in this specific area of South Carolina. Like earlier, the tip lines are going to be below. I'm still
now, mind you, that this was a tip that came in from all of the YouTubers and social media, Facebook, X. Gotta give these people a ton of credit, guys. Christina Otta was one that was out there filming all day long and keeping people up to date on the body that was found.
Confused by Elena's husband's post on FB where it said this is Elena before it was quickly deleted.
Oh, this is weird too, and we're gonna get into that with the husband's actions and activities. They were separated, but that has nothing to do with anything. They were still back and forth, and this is really crazy that he posted this is Elena on his phone and then said it was an accident and then went on to continue posting on Facebook as normal. Guys, like I said, JP and Mica Miller versus Elena Moore and her husband, Brannon? He has a weird name, Brannon Slice. All right. Too many similarities to look away from.
Deleted, and a follow-up post was made saying, sorry, those were old photos. Was that Elena just logged into his social media account? Was that him? Who posted that and why? If it wasn't him, why didn't he just come out and post saying that that was not him? It could be Elena. And if it was Elena on her mobile device, how come authorities are not able to ping where her phone is at? I'm following this case very closely. My fingers are crossed for a positive outcome. Hopefully she is found safe soon. As soon as we hear anything else, I'll be sure to share.
All right, so Pretty Lies and Alibis is fantastic. You know what? We got to do justice for Elena Moore and talk about her now. We'll talk about who she is, what surrounds her, and what we know. KCC, and also, guys, I got the footage. I'm going to pop that up, but you know what? Let me pop the footage up real quick just so you can see her acting erratic and disoriented, and then we'll see who she is. And I'll tell you right now that while we have this up on the screen, since you guys might not know, all right, we don't know exactly about the mental health issues or her medication, but we do know people were saying she was acting out of sorts. I'll show you that right after this. Her name is Elena Katherine Moore. Some people were confusing Elena Moore with Elena Katherine Moore. Same individual. Guys, she's a 39-year-old personal trainer and a pharmacy technician from Lexington, South Carolina. Hence the fact that SLED is going to be covering this case or investigating. Now, she was missing since June 11th, 2026. Guys, that was 6 days ago. Authorities describe her disappearance as highly unusual, very out of character. All right. And I'm going to give you guys a side-by-side comparison later on with Elena Moore, Brannon Slice, Mica, and JP Miller. Two South Carolina cases that do share very notable thematic similarities, especially around the mental health decline, relationship stress, that's the separation, and public concern about coercive dynamics of the two. All right, so we're gonna get into that. I want you guys to see her being kind of wacky and out of her mind, because this is the new disturbing footage that I was talking about. And thank you to Little Pretty Lies and Alibis. Now, if you guys are not subbed up to Pretty Lies and Alibis, do me a favor, drop the link, go sub to her. She does have a podcast channel, but she's a fantastic lady, creator. She's on it, beautiful mom. And I met her at CrimeCon, and I want to collab with her. We talked about collaboration. This may be the start of the collab. I was already covering this case today, and now she was covering this. So I'm like, there we go. There's a 911 call come forward. She was reported. Yeah, we saw the 911, but we're not particularly sure if that was her. Peekaboo. Pika. All right, we'll get to it though. Check this out. This is her disoriented, and the description says 1 week before she went missing, man says she seemed disoriented. Guys, she was at the wrong door, getting the wrong DoorDash. What was she doing? Right? What's going on here? Mind take a picture real quick? Picture of the door. Oh, they're door dashing. She was door dashing, the lady behind her. So the lady behind her, I didn't even know the context of this yet, came behind her to take a picture because she was dropping off DoorDash. And so she's got Elena Moore in the picture of the delivered DoorDash. That's not Elena's house or her DoorDash. If you guys have a 911 call you want to share with me, go ahead. I did hear it. It was a kind of like a scanner call. But guys, we're not sure if it's her or not. We're not 100%. That's why I didn't play it. But if you guys have that and you vetted it, send it on over.
You can take that over. I can only take a picture of the door. Thank you.
Crazy. That's not even her house, guys. Hello, hey, Hope 8. Much love to you, Deb. Just be grateful that this isn't you or anybody you know. She's standing outside this man's door with his food. Yep, this you. Guys, did you see how long she was standing there for? Guys, what is she drunk? Is she high? Did someone dose her with something? She's not the DoorDash person. The DoorDash person took it and left. I'm going to go back to this because what was she doing there? Hold on. She sat there for what? 15, 20 seconds reading the receipt. And then she walks up. I just want you to understand what just happened here. She sounds drunk or high when she walks off. She says, oh, shit. Now she's standing there from 38 seconds. Okay. And I'll tell you when she's reading the receipt like you're reading a book. Oh, let me see that. What does that say today? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And he went there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he got some eggs on the side. Yeah, she did try to walk in there. And he's like, just delivered that. Yeah. Oh. What is she doing? I don't know if she knows the part. We're going to get into all of this, but I mean, guys, that is really not good. Not only that, but you got to hold on. So loud. Hold on. I'm all for you, pretty lies and alibis, but that's way too high for me. All right, hold on. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, so that lady didn't even look like that lady. Just saying. Didn't she? I never heard a thing about her getting out of a mental hospital before she disappeared. We're going to get into the story right now because we're going to find out who she is and what. That lady right there, that woman, those women that you see on the, hold on, remove. Those women do not look like that woman that was last seen and on surveillance or the one at the door. It's like she stopped being a personal trainer and went off on a crazy path. She got her place and maintained man got her. Sorry, very distracted. All right, let's continue. We're going to go with this. Pretty lies and alibis. Thank you, my friend. Cannot wait to collab with you. All right. This is what we know. This is what we knew so far before we knew that her body has been found, but not identified as of yet.
Elena Katherine Moore, who is 39 years old, missing out of Lexington, South Carolina.
Right?
It's only about an hour and a half away from me. And
Yes,
Lexington is a suburb
yes.
of our capital city in Columbia. She is 5'7", weighs 120 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes.
Right?
She was last seen June 11th wearing an olive green zip-up hoodie with black athletic pants. Her husband reported her missing the morning of June 12th. That was the next day after she was last seen. And the same day, he found her car in the Lowe's parking lot.
Now, mind you, right there, right out of the gate, there's two things here, two options right out of the gate, two options. Number one option is that because they were separated, he didn't keep tabs on her enough to know when she came home. I don't find that very plausible. Number two, he waited because he's the one that did it and he wasn't looking for her. Then Tell me how many other cases, 99 out of 100 damn cases where the husband or the wife ends up finding the car or finding a piece of evidence that they did it. You guys tell me. Again, I'm not blaming him. What I'm saying is there's a stark similarity between this case and the Millers. All right. Did you hear that? He's the one, he didn't report her missing till the next day. I'd have been out of my mind. If Mrs. Guilty is gone, if she's missing more than 2 hours, let's say she says, I'll be home at midnight, and she doesn't roll in until 2, 3 in the morning, I'm already calling. I don't call 911. I have her, on my tracker, but really though, he waited until the next day and then he found her car. What a coincidence. Oh, wait, we don't believe in coincidences in true crime. Thank you, Tracy, for the gifted membership. Mama Sage, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. And then Hope 8 Fear member for 5 months. Yes, hit that like button, please. Listen to that real quick.
That was the next day after she was last seen. And the same day, he found her car in the Lowe's parking lot, according to local media. She did have her cell phone at one point, but it's unknown if she still does. As of Monday, that phone was not pinging. Missy Silcox of the Lexington Police Department said investigators are attempting to track her phone, but cell phone carriers often take time responding to search warrants. Police have not said if this is considered foul play, and friends and family have hired a private investigator. Friends say she would just never disappear and it would be out of character for her to just up and leave. Now, there are a lot of rumors floating around on social media. Yep. I don't do rumor and speculation, but if any of that is verified, I will definitely update in a future episode.
Does this woman look anything like the woman that we saw? All right. Because she doesn't. She looks like I don't know what happened. All right. Let's continue.
We know so far, she signed into Planet Fitness last Thursday at 6:40 p.m. and then signed out at 8:30 p.m.
I also want you to keep in mind, and now she's giving you the timeline right here because those are the times. That's when she went, the last time she was seen, right? June 4th was the doorbell camera image that we're talking about. That's the one that captured a clear image of her outside of a resident about a week prior. All right. But the Planet Fitness check-in was at 6:40 p.m. on the day that she went missing on June 11th, that she was leaving Planet Fitness. And Planet Fitness shows the surveillance of her leaving the gym and walking into a wooded area behind the shopping center, guys. Nobody took her car. She left her car there. Her husband later found her car in the Lowe's parking lot, and police say there were no signs of foul play thus far. All right, let's continue.
Personal trainer at Wolf Fitness Center, and she is a woman-only trainer, meaning she only trains women. She was seen at a CVS pharmacy where she is a pharmacy tech before she went to Planet Fitness, and she walked. Friends say that's odd that she didn't drive to the gym, and police did confirm she did not. She left the gym around 8:40 p.m. and was seen on camera walking into a wooded area behind a Lowe's store, which is right next to that Planet Fitness. And ironically, where she was walking towards is right near the Columbia FBI office, which is just on the other side of that tree line she was seen walking into. Gym staff at Planet Fitness.
Does that make any sense to you that she would go to Planet Fitness, drive her car there, and then walk into that? Anybody see a problem with that? And anybody that watched the footage a minute ago, did you hear how she was discombobulated? She was going to walk in the guy's house. She sat there reading a receipt that frankly didn't need to be read. It was probably 3 things on an order, 1 bag. Right. And then you must have rolled in late, Tammy Gill. I'll play it again after. It's only like 60 seconds.
Fitness said nothing seemed off with her, and she did not say where she was going. And just recently, they found some footage of her at a Publix parking lot on Old Cherokee Road at 9:17 p.m.
That's where they've been getting a lot of these missing images from to put up on the flyers.
And she was still wearing the same clothes she was seen in leaving the gym. The private investigator told News Nation's Jesse Weber that the footage gives them a whole new area to work, and she was headed in the direction of her house. The area behind that Lowe's has been searched with a drone, and they also did a grid search with no results. Missy Silcox with the Lexington Police Department said the search was not a recovery situation. However, the search was mainly to rule out an area that she was last seen in before she was reported missing. The private investigator also told Law and Crime they are investigating.
Does anybody have any insight on this case? Like, do you guys have any insight? Is there anybody in chat that's been following this case since the day she went missing and can tell me anything else about how she was acting? Or maybe you had a friend that knew her or whatever. If you do, don't forget, you guys, just email me guiltyofcrime@gmail.com or let's talk in chat. Braddy Low Me, what's up? Good to see you. It's always a pleasure. Good to see you. All good. We're all good here. Come on in, hit that like button. We do. Her body was found off near the Cherokee Road. As a matter of fact, I have the that's what I was going to show you earlier, the live recording of where they were looking. All right. So that where she went off was where she was found was not far from where she was.
Investigating this as a missing person report. And her friends say her not having her cell phone is unusual, but he says that he cannot confirm she does or does not have it. All they know is her phone is not accepting calls. Some friends have said that there did not seem to be any problems with the marriage, and her social media had lots of photos of them out and about together. A friend posted on Facebook photos of Elena with her hair pulled back and said she also frequently wore a hat when she wasn't dressed up or when she was training. I posted on YouTube some Ring camera footage from a week before she went missing.
Okay, there it is. So both are in this. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to pop that back up there. Tammy or whoever missed it. This is right here, guys. This is a week before she went missing. She is not the person delivering a DoorDash order. This is the DoorDash driver delivering the food to some random man's house. She takes a picture of the food, and then this lady, Elena Moore, goes to sit there and read a receipt and almost goes to walk into a house that's not hers. She doesn't know anything. And then she kind of wanders off. Just, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to deliver it.
People are calling odd behavior. It shows her with a food delivery worker at what looks to be an apartment complex. She takes the package, reads the receipt, and then a man comes to the door. She hands the food off and almost looks like she was trying to step inside. The man takes the food, shuts the door, and she looks a little confused after this. And
she definitely looks confused. That's not her food. And thank you, Cuff. You on 6'4", neighbors John Moore and Sarah Burleson reported that Elena appeared confused and disoriented when she tried to enter their home as if she lived there. She picked up the DoorDash order that wasn't hers. Guys, all right? I watched Nancy Grace on this. She didn't have any of this. Auntie Nancy, of course. I don't normally do the get the breaking news because it happens when it happens, right?
Walks out of the frame. The man later said she seemed disoriented during the encounter. I'm going to link that video in the description so you guys can watch it. Missy Silcox also said that all of this is very out of character for her. We're just hoping tips come in. Even the smallest tip could be the biggest thing for us to crack open the case. Justin Robertson, who is a friend of Elena's, told the Daily Mail she's well loved in their community. She loves the outdoors, the lake, and has a passion for life. He also said she stands firm in her beliefs, whether it's the popular thing or not. Anybody with information that would like to remain anonymous can contact Midlands Crime Stoppers. You can contact Detective Antonio Santoro at 803-358-7271, or you can email asantoro@lexsc.gov.
And this is all relevant. Just because they found her body that hasn't been identified, I got you on that one, didn't I? I busted out with a dollar store receipt. I got her beat on that one. She'd have been standing there for hours trying to read this shit, right? I love to make you guys laugh, even in the hard times. All right, drink consumption today is a yellow Red Bull, my favorite. All right, let's continue. Hopefully I got a little laugh out of you. Going to the $100 store. You got that right. All right.
Crime Stoppers of the Midlands is 1-888-274-6372. And for a web tip, you can go to midlandscrimestoppers.com and click submit a tip. For a mobile tip, download the P3 Tips app on your Apple or Android device. So those are all the ways, if you know something, you're able to report it. Kind of a short episode because what we know factually is very, very.
Well, now we're getting into we're getting in deep. I'm gonna get into the facts, and then I got an episode for you today, guys. I did not know her body was going to be found. However, I am so glad I was able to put this together. Thank you, Tiff, for your help as well. Thank you, Cuff You, and anybody else that helped me to put this episode together today. Because you guys know I just got off of work. I literally just got off of working a full shift all day at work. Came here, turned the air on, sat down, got my show ready, and here we go. All right, bratty little me, just because I've been MIA. Love you. Well, love you back. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys just get a kick out of the shit I say, don't you? Dollar store. Nothing's a dollar anymore. They're $5, guys. There's no such thing. It's called the dollar store. But in San Jose, there's no dollar nothing. They should change it to the $5 store, right? I'm gonna send this to anyone. I'll sign the back for you and put her name on it. All right, let's continue. Yes, let's get to it, baby. All right, so personal trainer goes missing. Let me give you the full context because the body being found was the very first thing I had to come and let you guys know for sure. It just needs to be identified. All right, so here we go. Personal trainer goes missing after leaving gym. Search underway. We now know that the search is not underway because they have found her body, allegedly.
Carolina, the search for a missing woman last seen leaving a Planet Fitness gym. Police say 39-year-old Elena Moore was last seen Thursday night. It's unclear if she has her cell phone. They are asking for the public's help.
But look at that picture, too. She looks confused there. So, guys, a search was underway today, again, for a personal trainer in South Carolina who went missing after leaving a gym last week, authorities said. Elena Katherine Moore, 39 years old, had not been heard from since leaving Planet Fitness in Lexington on Thursday last week. Okay, actually, it was on the 6 days ago. She was reported missing the following day, according to Lexington police. Again, she looks nothing like that in any of the videos to me. Moore is a personal trainer, guys, and she works at Wolf's Fitness Center in Lexington. That's Kentucky, right? According to, or I'm sorry, South Carolina. What am I saying? Lexington, South Carolina. All right. She regularly visited Planet Fitness at 560 Whiteford Way. We just saw that where she signed in on Thursday at 6:40 p.m. Police said no further contact has been reported since then. This is very out of character for her. Okay, so she's there. She goes to the Planet Fitness. After that, she walks away forever and we never see her again. But she goes into the woods and leaves her car in the parking lot of Planet Fitness. Again, her face just looks confused to me. She looks like she has a confused look on her face, and maybe she does. Moore was also captured on surveillance footage walking away from Planet Fitness towards a wooded area behind the nearby Lowe's. In the newly obtained footage, she was seen walking in a parking lot near Publix, headed in the direction. Now, guys, she was headed in the direction of Old Cherokee Road at 9:17 p.m. This is where they just found her body. Thursday, wearing the same clothing as reported there that we see in the Planet Fitness video. Police have used drones to search the woods near the Lowe's to no avail on Friday, and no sign of Moore was found after officers went back to canvass the area on Monday. All right, today, what day are we on? Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day we're on. All right, I don't even know. It's Wednesday, right? Police described Moore as 5'7", approximately 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing olive green zip-up hoodie, black athletic pants. That is what they described her to be in, guys. That is the description that they have given. All right. Actually, before I do anything, let me show you something. Let me show you this so you can get a better idea of the area. So this lady, Christina Otto, and there's a lot more people on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook too much. This is the search from earlier. I want to give you an idea. We're obviously not going to watch the hour long. I'm going to skip through, but let's take a look. These ladies were watching, and that's how people knew the breaking news about finding a body that matches her description. Check it out. Just for a minute, and then I'll get back to Corey.
We got action. They have found her. So now we are at Old Cherokee and Palmetto Hall in Lexington.
Oh, it's hump day. Okay.
And we are parked in the Southern Med Pediatrics. We got WLTX channel 19 right there. We got WIS. We got ABC 25 up in this house. We got the Unmarked with the camper show on it. Holy shit, Batman.
What's up? Hit that like button.
I ain't never seen a police with a camper show. All right, but they have the road blocked off.
And this is why you guys come back to guilty of crime, right? Because you know that we do our very best over here to find information that hasn't particularly made it out there, or information in addition to things that you've already heard. So some days we have those, some days we only have regular reporting, and hopefully you always learn something. But it's literally across the street from where she was, and she wasn't there before. You're very welcome, Hope If I'm so glad to have you back covering, because I know about this. I know. Oh, thank you. I appreciate y'all, the love. All right, thank you. Let's continue. I watch this for a minute, because this is the moment her body was found, and they announced it. I mean, they didn't announce it. People were asking and going back and forth. All right, but they didn't confirm that it was her, only based on the clothing that you heard in the press conference.
They have located her.
You hear that? They have located her.
It's not my place to say how they located her, where they located her, or what. But they have located her. I'm gonna let them make that announcement, guys. Just say some prayers.
Yes. We have no idea.
But they have located her. We are on Old Cherokee Road and Palmetto Hall Drive.
You guys hear that? Old Palmetto on Cherokee Drive. So if you're from that area, you would probably know a lot more than I do. All right. We don't know anything. We don't know what her cause of death is. We don't know if it was allegedly self-inflicted, homicide, foul play. We know nothing.
Make sure you guys share this video.
Now, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want you to see the police presence and what they're doing out there. I mean, this has been going on all day, and I was just waiting for the press conference so that I can share it with you. Thank you. I didn't see that.
They're turning traffic around.
What's
They're not letting
up?
anybody through. So if you're coming down Old Cherokee, try to go a different route, guys.
Hopefully this helps you guys to understand what the hell happened. Thank you so much, Sirius. Hey, squad. We miss you. The crime crew.
She's on my live.
Big hug.
Make sure you guys follow
What's
me.
up?
I do online jewelry reveals.
All right. We're not going to sit there and watch paint drying, but you know what I'm saying. I appreciate these ladies for doing that. They recorded it live. They knew the body was found. The media was getting ready to go in there. See if she said
He
anything.
wasn't out here the whole time, so I mean, he wasn't just trying to make.
Yeah, so come on, we'll take the girls. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be in it. I'll stand beside.
Okay, yeah, you could just stand beside her. They're just gonna ask you some questions, and you just answer the best of your ability.
No, we've been out here since the helicopter, so we're.
Oh, damn.
And we're not saying anything about what. This is what we witnessed.
That is so weird that they looked and hadn't
So I got
found her
them for you.
before.
They've been down there.
How old are you?
I'll be
Oh, happy birthday.
Wait, I gotta film it.
Big hug, Viking treasure. I can't even hear what the hell she's saying. She talks about noticing the helicopter.
Pointer, that means you're catching me live. If not, you're catching the replay. I will not speak on her condition out of respect for her family and friends. However, I recommend you guys checking out WLTX, WIS Channel 10, and they will give you guys updates as they're available. And so will I.
Yeah, we'll keep looking out for that too, because we don't know the state of what her body was in. We don't know if she had, strangulation marks. We don't know how many days she's been unalived. Then that rough, it does. Absolutely. Why would a woman fitness trainer walk into the woods and leave her car? It sounds to me like someone lured her there. How about y'all?
Well, for our profession, we like to give her the message.
All right.
Channel 19 News.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out more. I just wanted you guys to see the moment that they found the body and the ladies that were covering it. They deserve definitely a pat on the back and a like, share, subscribe. Come on in, guys. Come on in. South Carolina, guys. This is SLED's territory. SLED did a terrible job with the Murdaugh case. I only say that on one side because of the crooked individuals there. However, they cleaned it up. All right. I was just watching about her on the Nancy Grace. I was watching her about her case on Nancy Grace. Yeah, well, Nancy Grace didn't have anything that I put in this episode today. So if you would go back and check it out, I showed you at the beginning, body found. We showed you where it was and different theories that we have. We're also going to talk about, well, a lot more. Let's get into this because this is going to give you a good idea of what the hell happens by other people's accounts. So we are looking at disturbing new doorbell footage, but also what people are saying on social media. Now, I mind you, the people on social media are the ones that gave the tip that led to finding her body. CJK, what's up? So many odd things. Having a mental health episode on June 4th, last seen on June 11th. All right, thank you. We're getting into the whole mental health thing as well. They haven't released a lot of it. It's been a lot of people just talking because you can't. HIPAA law is not going to let us call her doctor or her psychiatrist, and we're certainly not going to know what pills she takes unless the husband comes out and tries to make her look like she was ready to unalive herself, right?
Police just released brand new doorbell camera footage of a missing woman from South Carolina, and it was recorded exactly 1 week before she disappeared without a trace. 39-year-old Elena Katherine Moore signed into a Planet Fitness in Lexington, walked out the door, headed toward a patch of woods behind the gym, and has not been seen since. So let's play the clip from iDetective Author on TikTok that I saw this morning, and I will link her below. So let's roll.
There is new Ring camera.
And yes, guys, there are so many things in true crime that I want to get covered. I got you. All right. Yes. Rex Heuermann got 3 life sentences, 2 life sentences on first-degree murder, 1 life sentence on a lesser degree of murder, plus an extra 20. I don't know. He's in there for many, many life sentences. He's never getting out. And the judge ripped him a new asshole. Bravo. Guys, there's a lot of things going on. David was in court today, and it's not looking good. They're trying to figure out if they're going to use David's lyrics in the trial. All right. I know it doesn't look like her, but it is. All right, let's continue. Again, justice for Elena Katherine Moore. Elena Moore.
Footage of the missing South Carolina woman, and it is very, very creepy. So Elena Katherine Moore from Lexington, South Carolina was last seen in a Planet Fitness at 6:40 p.m. and then in a Publix parking lot at 9:17. Well, now this new Ring footage has emerged. We're going to go through this together. So as you saw, she just comes up as this door dasher is dropping off an order, and she goes up to the door, acts like she's going to open it, picks up the order. The door dasher says, "Can I get a picture?" She says, "Oh yeah." She lets her take a picture and go on her way. And
That's
then, as you
so
saw, Elena tries to open the door again, and then she proceeds to sit there, holding the bag, looking at the receipt, not really saying anything.
That's so, I mean, just, I don't know what she was taking. What if she just switched meds and mixed her meds, etc. Right? And Sleuthy, they're not just talking about lyrics, they're talking about everything regarding his music, his creation, the words that he wrote in his diary, the little diary book that he wrote for the Withered album that goes play by play of the killing of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, in my opinion. So I think they're going to get a lot of that stuff in there. I'm going to tell you right now. Viking treasure. Oh, we're getting there, Viking. Nobody dropped her off. She drove herself to Planet Fitness and never came back. The husband never called 911 or anything until the very next day. And when he did, then he found her car. Isn't that a coincidence? Oh, no, because we don't believe in coincidences in true crime.
Letting out some casual sighs here and there, until finally the owner of the apartment opens the door, which you're about to see. So here's where he opens the door. She says, "Is this your order?" Or she asks if that's his name. It's hard to understand. He says, "Yeah." And then look at this. She almost starts to come inside. And then she leaves. He shuts the door. She pretends to go that way. Then she goes the other, and that's it. Now, this happened, as you can see, a week before. So that happened a week before, on June 4th, before her disappearance. What's interesting is that there's a lot of different South Carolina agencies that are involved in this search, and they are saying at this time that she is not in imminent danger. But something is just not adding up in this situation.
Yeah, so I don't know what to make of that video. It was just very bizarre to me. But this person wrote, "I found this video after a video on my FYP where she pretended to be a door dasher a week before she disappeared. The ring cam shows the real dasher dropping off the food when Elena..."
Yeah, I was looking through all of that. I went to Reddit and I was digging through different comments. I don't know what this is on TikTok. I'm not a normal person that I have a TikTok account, but I don't go to it for news. But I do like when there's a case and you get to hear the feedback of people. This is weird. I don't think she was trying to pretend like she was the dasher. She just seemed confused. I know. I don't know who doesn't love their Ring doorbells, right? Self-snitching straight up. He wrote the book on how he killed and dismembered Celeste Rivas, in my opinion.
Elena arrived. It seemed like the dasher assumed she lived there since she grabbed the bags. The dasher leaves and Elena finds the receipt from the food and then stands there. The resident opens the door and Elena handed him the food and receipt as though she had delivered it. It's all just very bizarre. Like, she's pretending to be a door dasher. And someone wrote, "It seems like she could be in some form of psychosis. That lady was on another planet. She mixed up the apartments thinking it was hers. People are accusing her of doing substances." I don't know. I just found the video totally just strange. What do you guys make of it? Like, I can't make sense of it.
Guys, I'm gonna say that with people saying about her mental health decline, and she probably, more than likely, because everybody nowadays has something, anxiety, postpartum after the children, etc., etc. Somebody's always taking something. All right. So I think she might have changed her meds, maybe, or maybe she was taking her meds and she mixed it. Maybe she went and had lunch and got a cocktail at lunch and her alcohol mixed with it and made her confused. Yes, I've seen it 1,000 times. All right. I've seen people that drink all the time do exactly what she just did, and they don't even remember. It could be that too. It could be any of those things.
My head.
Okay, guys, so we've got a lot more peculiar information coming out about the
And now we're talking about, finally, guys, you guys come on in, hit that like button, hype it. If you see the hype, share this with your community. That's her husband. Okay, now we're going to start getting into her husband and those details. And guys, neither one of them looks like that at all. It's the most wild thing, because I have the social media of her husband, and this is not what they look like. I don't even know how old this is. I'll show you after.
Missing woman from South Carolina. This is 39-year-old Elena Moore, and this is her husband, Brannon Slice. This post is not to implicate anybody. It's just, again, calling out that there's so many oddities in this case. Police are saying they don't believe she's in any imminent danger, but then they're also saying, as well as her husband, that this behavior is completely out of character. The previous video, I showed you guys the ring footage, which was like a week before she went missing. Well, also, apparently her husband had made this odd Facebook post. There was one and it said, "This is Elena." Well, then that was quickly taken down. And then Brannon posts, "I'm sorry about the last post. That photo was taken a few weeks ago." Some people are saying that's odd. Some people are saying that maybe he was posting, "This is Elena," and forgot to upload the picture with.
I mean, I frankly think he had her phone and they were separated and she was talking to some man at the gym or someone she met, one of her clients, and she got lured out there. That's what I'm thinking happened. But we don't know because it hasn't been announced. She walked away 6 days ago and had never been seen since, until now when they announced they found a body that matches her description and clothing. The medical examiner hasn't even probably gotten to her yet. It's been 6 days since she went disappearing. All right, when she disappeared. So let's continue.
Now, these two have been together a really long time. I'm thinking a little over 10 years. Looks like they got married February of 2025. And it has come out that her husband had said in a now deleted Facebook post that his wife is not well. Others who knew Elena had also said that she was usually very active on her social media. I went through.
His wife is not well. After this, I'm going to break down the similarities between the Millers, Mica and JP Miller, and Elena and her husband. They're still married, guys. All right. Keep that in mind.
She was very active, but that the last month she was radio silent, which was really out of character. Now, here's the thing. I've also gotten word, but it just has not been confirmed, that night that was shown on the ring footage where she went up to that person's door and grabbed the DoorDash, that she actually was knocking on multiple people's doors and that she was apparently even asking for help. And that.
Have you seen that before? I've seen that before. I've literally seen somebody get arrested for doing that. I've seen a man knocking on someone's door. I don't know if you guys saw that. One guy walked in and just went to bed in their house. He thought it was his house and he got arrested. And I don't know if it was because he mixed his meds or he was drunk. Is who victim blaming? I hope not. We don't do victim blaming here. Oh my God, Jay. Oh my God, hair, Jay. I was just thinking the same thing. That's what JP did to Mica. Exactly the same thing. And that's why I want to correlate the two. And when I'm digging through and researching, I see a case like this. I'm like, man, this echoes the JP Miller case. Mama Sage, good to see you. The boss bitch, how you doing? Prayers for you, my friend. We have a lot of questions, but we got some answers, and at least they found her body, guys.
The police were called that night. If you remember, police used the help of a drone in a preliminary search area where she had walked into the woods but found no sign of her. Her husband came and got her car from the parking lot. It has recently come out. There is more information that I know about both of these people, but I don't think it would help to put anything out and would only lead to implications that we just have no idea about right now. But something is just very off with this still.
Yeah, so that footage of her getting the DoorDash a week before she disappeared is not even the most unsettling part of this case. Her husband, Brannon Slice, left a comment on a now deleted Facebook post saying his wife is, quote, not well, end quote. That single comment is now sitting at the center of the investigation, and it's making a lot of people wonder what was actually happening behind closed doors before.
And we're going to look after this. I'm going to pop you onto his Facebook and hers, and you'll see there was a point in time where it just stopped. And I'm not talking about the day she went missing. All right, let's continue. I'll take a look at your email, Tiff.
Elena vanished. So let's back up and walk through exactly how this unfolded. Elena lived in Lexington, a suburb just outside Columbia, South Carolina. She worked as a personal trainer at Wolf's Fitness Center, and by every account, she was good at her job and well known around town. She's described as 5'7", about 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. So on Thursday, June 11th, Elena signed into a Planet Fitness on Whiteford Way at around 6:40 in the evening. That gym wasn't unusual for her. She went there regularly, even though she worked at a different facility just down the road. Surveillance cameras caught her leaving Planet Fitness on foot, and instead of heading toward a parking lot or back toward her normal route home, she was seen walking toward a wooded area directly behind the gym, next to a Lowe's.
This helps significantly. I hope that it helps you guys. It helps me because I'm visual. All right. The Planet Fitness, her car's still in the parking lot. She walks off towards this stuff, towards Lowe's and towards this area right here. And again, today she was found in an area by, what was the name of that? Oak tree or something like that. We're going to have more details soon, but I'm very, there's no way that I could, I cannot have a, I would never be able to have a podcast because I have to show you guys and I have to see maps and people and things. Like I just can't do it. But JP Miller vibes, it's coming. I'm getting there. All right, let's continue.
Home improvement store. So at that point, nobody thought much of it. People walk through that area all the time, but that's the last time anyone saw of her in person. And then this person on Facebook left this comment, which is getting some attention online. But again, this isn't like a police statement. So
I know I have that in my notes. I'll just read it to you. Planet Fitness, they recently viewed that and they put up about seeing her. They said, my dad, London Nichols, I don't know how relevant, says my dad saw her arguing with a man in the Planet Fitness parking lot, screaming at each other the day he was on. The guy looked like he was on roids. Now, I got to tell you guys, when I read this statement, the reason I'm reading this is because the moment that I saw this guy, I said, this guy's on steroids and unstable. I bet you he freaked out. They're separated. Maybe he caught a guy's number. Maybe it was just a client of hers. But when I see somebody say that they see a guy on steroids, and I've already previously been looking up the case and seeing that as her husband, that guy's a freaking, that right there reminds me of somebody that takes steroids. Okay. All right, let's continue. The person that was talking is Joseph Morgan. Everything's in my description, my friends.
Take it with a grain of salt, but it is really interesting to read. So London Nichols writes, my dad saw her arguing with a man in the Planet Fitness parking lot, screaming at each other the day she went missing. The guy looked like he was on roids, bright red, not fat, but huge, fattish, muscly. She was at a bar about a week before she went missing, which was probable cause for her husband to have done something. But she still was at the gym on the day after he sold the tickets. Look into the Planet Fitness parking lot cameras, please. And the man whom she was arguing with did not look like her husband. She has also been in 3 rivers recently because of psychotic breakdowns, seeing things. Either this man could have done something to her husband, or she could have wandered off. It could be anything, and that's what's sad. But her at the Planet Fitness parking lot is not the last time a camera caught her. New footage obtained by investigators.
Yeah, so this is the actual new footage that they're talking about in hopes that her mental health was declining and that she just wandered off somewhere and we're going to find her. Yeah, that's his YouTube channel, Joseph Morris. Again, if you go into my description, you get all of that. All right, let's continue. I mean, there's so many people that I can think about that have roid rage and do really awful, terrible things.
Investigators show Elena walking through a Publix parking lot on Old Cherokee Road at 9:17 that same night. She was still wearing the same outfit from the gym, an olive green zip-up hoodie and black athletic pants. That timestamp matters because it puts her alive and moving nearly 3 hours after she walked away from Planet Fitness. And according to investigators, that direction of travel actually points toward her own house, not away from it. Elena's husband found her car the next day sitting in the Lowe's parking lot. Police say there were no signs of anything wrong with the vehicle itself, no damage, no struggle, nothing forced. It was just parked there like she'd planned to come back for it. But she never did. Elena was
I mean, who would drive themselves to the Planet Fitness to go work out and then never take your car? I got to tell you, someone, in my opinion, led her out there. And once they start getting into those digital forensics of the last person she talked to, what towers are pinging where, it's not too hard. Angel of Truth says, I mean, if she was taking meds for bipolar, schizophrenia, or decided she didn't want to take them. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. But it depends on how she passed. All right, we don't know yet. No, they weren't in JP's. I'm gonna get to that, guys. All right. What's up, Panda Ann? Good to see you, my friend. Let's continue.
Was officially reported missing on Friday, June 12th, the day after she was last seen. Once it became clear she hadn't gone home and wasn't answering anyone. And people online are saying that's a bit kind of strange that it took an entire day for her to be reported missing. And that detail is kind of gathering attention. What do you make of it? Because I think it was actually her husband, who works as a private investigator, don't quote me on that reported her missing. So how did it take an entire...
He's a private investigator, allegedly, and everyone needs to know his name. His name is Brannon Slice. Okay, and he did post about her not being mentally well, like he was setting up some kind of alibi for himself on why she wandered off, and who knows, we don't know her cause of death yet. All right, we still have to have her body identified, but I do think that Brannon played a part in this, and that makes even more sense when you realize he was a private eye, but yet he didn't even check on her until the next day. We're going to get into that. What's up, Montana Mystic? Good to see you from California. Yeah, you're not allowed to work out with sandals.
Entire day for him to notice. As of right now, there's no confirmed sighting of Elena anywhere past that Publix parking lot, and no confirmed reason for why a woman with no history of disappearing would suddenly cut off contact with everyone in her life at once. So here's my take on this one. The timeline doesn't add up cleanly just yet, and that's usually where the real answers are hiding. You've got a woman who seemingly walked away from her own life with no warning, footage that places her near her own neighborhood hours later, a car left behind with zero signs of trouble, and a husband publicly admitting something was wrong before any of this even happened. So none of those pieces fit together neatly, and until they do, I don't think anyone should be ruling anything out. The next few days of the search are going to matter a lot, and I'll be following it closely as more information comes out. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment, because I try to read every single one. Thank you.
You rock. Joseph Morris, go sign up for him, guys. I use his videos quite often. I like how concise they are. And it's not this is not the news. This is for entertainment purposes only, straight up. That's my channel too, right? We put facts and we were able to speculate. All right, now what I want to show you, first of all, we need justice for Elena Moore. What happened to her? Let me show you something. Let me show you two accounts here. Let's start with hers. Let's start with the victim, and then we will move to... Now, her husband has not been identified as a person of interest or a suspect. So I say that to all of you from this point forward. We're going to be talking about him quite a bit. When I say him, Brannon Slice is her husband. I am not pointing the fingers at anyone. I'm just laying out the common sense theory that always goes back to the husband, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, closest person, right? So let's take a look. This, again, none of this seemed to even look remotely like she did in that picture. That's why I was confused about this entire case, because I was like, wait a minute, what? That doesn't even look like her. Cretin packs. Maybe she did a quick Zumba class and then change. Yeah, I don't know why we're stuck on the shoes, guys. What's up, Risa? How you doing? Good to see you. Why are we stuck on the sandals, guys? What's the deal with the sandals? All right, let's continue. All right, so again, I mean, this is why she's a personal trainer, and this is why she posted pictures like this. Many people asked, why would you let your wife, or why would you want your wife, or why would it be okay for her to have photos like this? Well, because she's a personal fitness trainer. All right, so this gives you some idea of who she is, what she does, what she likes. I mean, she's out there doing her thing. You think she would walk across the street and just die? And I hate to say it like that, but that's basically what they're alluding to. They're alluding to the fact that she went to the gym, left her car, walked into the wooded area, and now she's not alive. All right? That just doesn't happen that way. Well, good to see you, Doris. It's been a minute. Catch alive. Yes, I hope you're doing well. All right? South Carolina. Yes. Feet. Oh, no. What are we talking about? Feet? Why do we want to talk about feet? What's the deal with that? All right, so I don't even see her husband in any of these. I know that I hear rumors that they were separated, but again, you don't see anything. Lexington, South Carolina, gender female. They said they broke up quite a bit when I was reading into it. If you look at the pictures of her, guys, if you go back and you look at her photos, you'll notice that in some of her pictures, she has her wedding ring on the wrong hand. So when she's not mad, and I'm alleging this, when she's not mad at her husband, she wears her ring finger where it's supposed to be. When they break up or split up, she likes wearing diamonds. So she takes that ring and she puts it on the other hand. A lot of people do that, actually. Sandals, smandals, right? What's up, Julie Bug? How you doing? Jen's a gypsy. Make me say sandals, schmandals. I'm going to make you give me a super chat for that. It's 99 cents if you want me to say sandals, schmandals. All right, what's his YouTube channel? That's it. At Joseph Morris. That's it. Joseph, how it sounds. Morris, how it sounds. Like, right? Hey, if you work out, who knows if you need to get a BBL. Good to see you, by the way, Raindrop. I'm feeling... me too. We're getting there. We're getting there, my friends. I just wanted you to know a little bit about her and the goings on and the separation. They've been together for 10 years, but we hear it's off and on. In this picture, she's wearing her wedding ring, it looks like, on the opposite hand. Now, I could be wrong because she's in the mirror. When you're facing this way in the mirror, that could be on the correct hand. But many times it's on the incorrect hand and she switches up. Which, again, people that were close to her would say that she did that when they were fighting. Again, doesn't look like her, man. Nothing about this looks like her in those damn videos. Right? She looks active and fit. I mean, she's a fitness trainer. Again, similarities, guys. She was helping someone lose weight. All right. So anyway, that's her deal. All right. You see, this is her page, and she does personal fitness stuff. That's why she has all these photos of herself. Again, I don't see a husband on here at all. Oh, there's one right here. And this does not look anything like anything, guys. This doesn't look anything like the picture that we saw earlier. That's the funny part to me. When you look at this guy and he looks all roided out, and then you come back and you look at this guy and you look close, it doesn't look anything like that. Pictures are deceiving, my friend. Yes, that's her Facebook. Let's continue. I just wanted you guys to get a good idea of what's going on in her life and when. This guy looks like an old man to me. This was April 6th in Jacksonville, Florida, guys, and it's pretty recent, but she stopped posting. This is April 5th, and I don't know if this was April 5th in Jacksonville Beach from years ago. Oh, it says 10 weeks ago, it looks like. This is 10 weeks ago on Easter, guys. They're out there in their white clothing and married as fuck. I should have said married AF. All right? Everyone's like, why does she have pictures like that? Well, because she's a fitness person and you didn't gain it overnight. You won't lose it. That looks like it's her, doesn't it? She's using herself to promote herself. No, those aren't old photos. You can see them. You can see the difference between the old ones and the other ones. All right. I don't know how many years. I'm not going to solidify how many years without me knowing. I just want you to see who she is, what she did, what she looks like. And she only has a couple pictures of her husband, and I don't know why. Now we're getting into, it looks like older pictures. God, she's got a lot. Okay, we're done with that. That's hers. Now, let's take a look at her husband's real quick. And then we're going to get into the similarities of the J.P. Miller and Brannon Slice. All right. This is her husband. Again, and then I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about John Paul Miller vibes from her husband and this case as a totality. All right. Where did it go? Okay, so this is him. He uses this freaking Popeye picture, right? Not what he looks like at all when you start to look. Also, this one, look at this. Yesterday at 6 a.m., June 16th, guys. Today's June 17th. He says, I'm sorry about the last post. that photo was taken a few weeks ago. We just looked up Joseph Morris and we saw the post that was on there, and it says from his phone, it says, "This is me," something like that. "This is me, Elena." Do you remember that? That's his response to that. "This is me, Elena." He put that, deleted it, and then he posted a picture and yesterday apologized. Thank you so much, Risa, for the Guilty of Crime membership. If you received that membership, please thank her. She does look great. Yeah, that does take work. A chancla is basically like a flip-flop. Flip-flops are what white people call it. Chanclas are what Hispanic people call it. When Hispanic moms get mad, they throw their chanclas at you. All right, let's continue. Let me show you a couple more. He doesn't have a lot, but I wanted to show you that yesterday he accidentally posted something, and I'm here for it. I'm wondering what people are saying. This lady says, "This doesn't add up to me. Why does the location of where she was last seen keep changing? What would give them an idea to search this woods? I bet they knew a lot more than we do." Oh, I wanted to show you this so bad too. This was the search areas. That's why I'm glad I'm going through this. These are the search areas. It gives you a better idea of the parking lot, etc. That's the media staging, and officers with Lexington police began, I said, searching the wooded area in the vicinity of 455 Old Cherokee Road by Lakeside Middle School. All right. All media is requested stage on the far left corner facing the road. And we did get to see that. We saw the moment they announced that they found a body that matched her description. All right. Flip-flops, chanclas, all the same thing. I will say I met Jay in person, and she looks exactly the same in person. Well, thank you, Holly. That was awesome. It always makes me wonder if you guys are going to see me in person and be like, "Wait, what? Is that you, Jay?" Yes, La Chancla. And it was walking distance. All right, let's continue. I do appreciate that, though, and thank you. All right, let's go. Let's continue. This stuff's all important. And this is the stuff that didn't come on Nancy Grace, right? Sometimes comments are golden. "Man, yo ass know all the tea. You tripping, Lexington, please. Lock them up." People are already pointing their finger at Brannon, by the way. I am not. I am just saying that this is a parallel situation of the J.P. Miller case if this were him as a person of interest or suspect. Just maybe he was posting a picture of her and with her caption, "This is Elena." The photo perhaps didn't load. It's giving Chris Watts vibes. Why don't you instead make a post of awareness for your missing wife? Prayer says she's found soon. He didn't do any of that, guys. Way too many episodes of ID Network, these folks. He's giving me Drew Peterson vibes. I mean, I'm telling you, I can stay here for another hour reading this. Now, just hearing she was last seen in the same apartment complex she went to on June 5th at 4 a.m. June 11th at 9:17 p.m., she was again banging on doors at the complex. I saw that her friends had said she was bipolar and possibly schizophrenic and was trying to get help for a while. They said she was doing an inpatient treatment at MH facility for the last month, hence why she hadn't been posting on Facebook, guys. I bet her husband didn't want to put all that out in case she showed up and was okay. It's possible that this happened before. I'm wondering if she purchased a burner phone at CVS before calling an Uber to go to Planet Fitness. Hopefully she's found safe. Well, we now know she's not found safe, and allegedly her body has been found and it fits the description. All right, this guy says, "I've known Brannon for 20 years. We're both in law enforcement." Here you go. He was in law enforcement. Although people change, their character and values don't. I do not believe Brannon had anything to do with his wife's disappearance. If it's proven that he did, then I'll have to eat my words. But until then, until I see real evidence, I won't believe it. You people have no idea of who somebody is and watch way too much Dateline. Need to keep your opinions to yourself. unless you know for the fact that he did something. Just because you play a detective on the internet doesn't mean you are. What if this was your wife? Would you want people badgering the shit out of you, calling you names, and accusing you of something you know you had nothing to do with? Brannon, holler if you need a backup, brother. All right, so I just went on both sides of the thing. Again, I don't see a lot of circumstance. I don't see a lot of, I see a lot of similarities with the Miller case, but I also see fake book, and this just doesn't look like anything like the pictures you see, right? Again, this screams roids. Maybe he's not doing steroids this week, but he probably does steroids, guys. This looks like a man that might do steroids, all right? And a lot of people do. It's not something to shame. All right, Dusty Rhodes. That's an old WWF. Look at him there. What? He doesn't even look like the same person. Look at him here. He's with her in an area like where she was found. Does that even look like him? That's crazy. All right, we can do this all day, but what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna talk about the hold on. All files. We're gonna talk about the similarities with him and JP. Where did that go? There it is. All right. Let me read this to you guys. All right. I don't know if I can read it this small, but maybe. All right. So this was a post that was shared. Tiff just shared that with me. Tiff, I don't know what platform you got it from because you cut it off. So if you can let me know in chat what platform this came from. I don't know if it's X. I don't know if it's Facebook. Just let us know in chat where you clipped this from. I just need to know. Okay, so this is giving John Paul Miller vibes. Narcissistic, abusive, make it out like she's crazy with mental health disorders. All right? Oh my goodness, you're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. I'll leave that up there for a minute. When I'm done reading, I'll thank you again. Now listen, guys. John Paul Miller, you guys know what he did and what he didn't do. This guy hasn't shared a flyer, made a post regarding her missing, done an interview, pleaded for help, or helped to search. Guys, her husband did nothing, and he called a day later. That puts you in the forefront of being a person of interest. Missed my lives, but I'm still watching. Love you, Jay. You're the best of the best. Well, thank you. Shout out to you, and thanks for the $4.99. Mab, thanks for the $1.99. Drop that link for Mr. Mab. Good to see you. Choo choo. This case is interesting. Now listen, he didn't do anything. He is a former law enforcement, and from my understanding, a formerly discharged under dishonorable conditions. He's currently a private investigator, and he has friends in law enforcement, and some have commented on this post. All right, I don't know where Tiff is, but let me know if you see her come back in. Tell me where she clipped that from. All right. It's been reported that he moved her car and then reported her missing after the fact. It has been reported he reported her a day after she went missing. It has been reported that he isn't talking to police and he has retained a lawyer. It has been reported he changed her Facebook profile picture after she went missing. It has been reported that her friends have said she has mental illness, bipolar, and schizophrenia. It has been reported she went to the police and filed a report stating she was in fear of her life and that he was following her and wanted it on record because she thought her husband was going to kill her. It has been reported that she went into the neighborhood and was seen on Ring camera footage knocking on doors and pleading for help. There's been a lot reported by others, but one thing is clear. Nothing has been said by Brannon, her husband. No Facebook post, no pleas for help. He has not shared her missing poster or flyers anywhere. He has not requested any assistance, nor has it been reported that he helped search in any way, which is very odd behavior for someone whose wife disappeared now 6 days ago and body's been found. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah, it is like so many others, but let's check this out. Thank you, Holly. Happy hump day. Choo choo. Thank you guys for telling me what date. I didn't even know it was Wednesday. I was lost in my days. Libra Cole 24. Hello. Says hello to Holly. Oh, we're gonna get there, Hope 8 Fear. This is not the only one we're going to cover. Yes, and that's not good either. That is not good. All right. Now, I'm gonna pop this up there so we can get some of these differences. And you guys seem like you're really into this case. So I will do what I can to share with you what I have. Okay, so I had clipped this. This was from his page I just showed you. This was yesterday. He says, I'm sorry about the last post. That photo was taken a few weeks ago. That was a post of his wife. There was also one that said, this is Elena. Or, yeah, Elena. I don't keep saying it right. Elena. All right? Man, yo ass, knock all the tea. You tripping. Lexington, please lock him up. We just saw this, all right? Then we went over the socials. Now we're talking about mental health and the similarities side by side, all right? So, Elena Katherine Moore, 39-year-old personal trainer and a pharmacy technician from Lexington, South Carolina, has been missing, now found, June 11th to June 17th. Right? She just needs to be identified officially. Authorities describe her disappearance as highly unusual and very out of character. Right? And below is a clean source side-by-side comparison of Elena Moore and Brannon Slice case and Mica Miller, JP Miller case. Two South Carolina cases that do share notable thematic similarities, especially around mental health decline, relationship stress, and public concern about possible coercive dynamics. All right? What people are saying about her mental health. And guys, this is all online speculation. Nothing's confirmed by WLX or WLTX or anybody for that matter. Okay, we don't know. If you're a woman living in South Carolina, run! Well, she is no longer missing, by the way. Found deceased. Okay. All right, so we're getting to that. So quickly, I'm not going to go over all of it, but online speculation. All right, so again, you guys I'm not going to sit there and go play by play, date by date, but you guys know the JP Miller case, and now you're learning about this. They say that she was under extreme stress. Neighbors and acquaintances have hinted, well, there's nothing official. She also may have been overwhelmed or emotionally distressed. This is based on her walking alone, guys, at night, leaving her car and heading into wooded areas. Behaviors people often interpret as distress, but it's not evidence. But guys, if somebody saw me walking alone at night, away from my car into the woods, something's very wrong. All right. Some people are speculating about a mental health crisis, just like the Miller case. All right. Just like Mica. This includes anxiety, depression, emotional exhaustion, and possible disorientation. Again, none of this is confirmed, guys. This is all speculation. What I just talked about. What's actually confirmed in the article was that she left Planet Fitness, walked toward the wooded area behind Lowe's, was last seen at Publix on Old Cherokee Road. Police released new surveillance images, which we went over. She doesn't remain missing anymore. Her body's now been found, so that's incorrect. Remains missing, now found. All right. And no mention of any kind of mental illness, emotional instability, medication, prior episodes, family statements about her mental health. All right. So what happened? Moore signed into Planet Fitness on Whiteford in Lexington at 6:40 on June 11th. Surveillance, guys, almost 2.5, almost 3 hours later, the surveillance caught her walking through a Publix parking lot at 9:17 p.m. in the direction of Old Cherokee Road. Now, you guys know that's where they found her body. She was reported missing, guys, by her husband the next day. Now, I don't know what time. If you guys know, fill me in. Right? Moore is described as 5'7", 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing olive green zip-up hoodie, black pants. All right? Search efforts, drones, ground searches, canvassing operations. We already found her now. Police stated they do not currently suspect foul play. This was before they found her body, though. They said she wasn't in imminent danger, but they just found her body, guys. So, yeah. All right, let's continue. There's a lot in this case. We can go on and on and on. All right, what do I have for y'all? How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Update. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is what I've been waiting for. I love this when I get to do breaking news. When it happens when we're streaming. Teresa, wonder if she was forced to. That's what I'm saying. I think she was coerced. There's a possibility that she was coerced to walk in that direction and then possibly forced into the woods. But I feel like it's more likely that she was coerced. I'm not frozen. It's you. Oh, yeah. All right, let's continue. We're not even close. Thank you so much, by the way, Teresa. She was just found. Let's check this out. I got the latest breaking news, guys. We're coming up right now. All right, let me remove this. I got y'all. This just came out. Update. All right.
Breaking news in Lexington County. A short time ago, the Lexington police chief announcing a body was found during the search for Elena Moore, the woman who has been missing now since last Friday. At this time, the body has not been positively identified, but the police chief telling the news media that the clothing on the body was the same as that was on the woman when she was reported as missing. Our Taylor Richardson's been at the scene all afternoon. We'll be checking in with him coming up momentarily to get an update on what's going on. Right now, we want to take a listen to the police chief, Terrence Green, in Lexington.
Law enforcement and 5 personnel began searching the area around 1:30 p.m. At approximately 2:48 p.m., we found an identified body that fits the clothing description of our missing person.
That's crazy how quickly they found her, and they had already looked over there with drones and things. Do you think someone moved her? Being in law enforcement does automatically make you a good guy. Look at the Michael Proctor. I don't think we're saying that he's a good guy at all. Is someone saying he's a good guy? What's up, Mab? Good to see you. She was very beautiful. Well, so was Mica Miller, right? 7 kids. This is not the same person. There's the lady that found dead in Mexico with 7 kids, but this is not that case, guys.
We are still waiting on the coroner to identify her.
See?
Again, that was a police chief in Lexington about a half hour or so ago announcing that they did recover a body off the Old Cherokee Road shortly before 3 o'clock this afternoon. As we mentioned, our Taylor Richardson is in Lexington. He is joining us now live with more. A grim end to this search, it appears, tonight, Taylor.
Yeah, thank you, JR. We just finished up the press conference with the Lexington Police Department, but this day started where they got a tip earlier today that said that a person saw Elena Moore walking to the Walmart that was around the Sunset Boulevard area and walk into the woods at Thursday evening when she was last seen. And that prompted them to do an investigation and a search in that area where they started around the Lakeside Middle School wooded area. And that eventually led to police vehicles blocking off Old Cherokee Road. And then we heard the press conference later today that a body was found that fit the description of their missing person, which is Elena Moore. And now we are still waiting to hear from the coroner's office. And also this investigation and this situation is still under investigation, and we'll continue providing updates later on. But here's the shot from the press conference later today. All right, and so we'll continue providing updates as this continues, and we'll get more information and reactions about this news.
You know, I'd love to be a newscaster, and I'd probably always comb my hair if I was on this channel. This guy, man, he's got a comb over. Guys, if you ever see a comb over, Let it go. Say, Jay, what are you doing? Just shave it. All right. Very beautiful lady. Should be doing a live today, but I don't think I can. Maybe I'll do a long one in the morning and take the day off. Take the day off, man. You deserve it. You work hard.
Later today. Reporting in Lexington, Taylor Richardson, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Taylor Richardson in Lexington. So to recap, a body was discovered this afternoon off Old Cherokee Road in Lexington. That body was found shortly before 3 o'clock today, and authorities in Lexington do believe it is 39-year-old Elena Moore. They are waiting for an official identification from the Lexington County coroner. We will continue to monitor this story, provide you updates both on air and online at WLTX.com.
All right. I want to go here with this now. Let me remove some of these things and let's check this out real quick. I want to look at this little play-by-play and also to throw in the comment that her husband made. Check this out. Mab, if you just came in here, a missing fitness instructor appears confused in eerie new footage captured by a neighbor.
Hey.
Hold on, let's do this.
You mind if I take a picture of it? Oh, yeah. You can take that one. I just want to take a picture of the door.
You mind if I take a picture of this? Elena was acting bizarre a week before she disappeared. That is her, guys. And now we can hear it. Showing Elena knocking on the door and delivering the order herself.
Oh, shit.
That's a giant receipt. Yes, please watch closely. When asked what she was doing, she claimed Elena told her she didn't know.
Yep.
Just delivering that?
Yep.
Look at it. She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know where she's going, guys. She was gonna go downstairs and then she went the other way. That is her, guys. That has absolutely 110% Elena Moore. I want you guys to understand that because I know there's people out there saying that's not her. There's no way. It doesn't look like her. Guys, that's her. And I have a receipt to back it up. Just kidding. This has nothing to do with her. I'm just playing. That's what we're saying, Mab. We don't know we don't know. She sounds drunk. She's not even a DoorDasher, but she went and delivered that and now is like, huh? You see that? Guys, they match. Elena's bracelet, sunglasses, and nails in the video match those on her recent Facebook post. So if you don't believe me that it's her, I'm trying to make you believe. I think I'm confused. Smoking. Her husband, Brannon Slice, a licensed private investigator and former police officer, officially reported her missing on June 12th, a whole day after she went missing. Guys, she went missing. She walked off at 9:17 p.m. in the woods, and he didn't call till the next day. I'd like to know what time the next day, what prompted him, and what did he say in that phone call? Yeah, I don't think that's old either, guys. I think this is one of the most current pictures of them during Easter, because you can see the when you go back and look at his and look at her images, they look pretty similar to a current picture. All right, so it's gonna say over and over and over again. It's telling us over and over. Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know about his background. Thank you, killing time in any. I appreciate that. Someone dosed her. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell happened, guys, but there's a lot that doesn't add up. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so you guys got a choice here. You got the Nancy episode that just came out, or the Law and Crime, and it's packed with information, either one. All right, 1 for Nancy, 2 for Law and Crime, or 3 for me to just end the show. Right, we've been killing it here, no pun intended. All right, 1 for Law and Crime, 2 for Nancy, and 3 for nothing, for me to just shut it down. Nothing's adding up right. 2. Did I say 2 is Nancy? Okay. 2 saw Nancy Grace. 1, 2. All right. I missed that one because it just came out minutes before. And so I just wanted to give you guys a chance. I got to tell you, the same people are pretty much across all platforms. Like when they have an expert person, it's all the same guy. It's like some older guy. I don't know if he's a private eye with white hair, but this just came out minutes before I started, and Nancy didn't know that they had found the body yet. All right, she did not know that. Not yet.
Night, a glamorous personal trainer, Elena Moore, missing from Planet Fitness. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Just, kind of like one of those wooded areas that separates a neighborhood from a shopping center. So it's a really crazy case. I can't figure out where this young woman has gone.
Now, what's interesting, Jennifer Wood, across the green is the FBI. They're in Lexington, South Carolina. They have an FBI outpost.
Okay, which one
right
are you guys
across? I'm trying to identify it from here. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Look at that. Right under the nose of the FBI. She did.
Right. I could change it real easy. I have both. I was planning on doing the 20-minute Law and Crime. Did I get the wrong one? Did I mix it up, guys? Did you want Law and Crime? How about LC or NG? And hello, Shane 420 friendly. That's awesome that you're 420 friendly, because you know who else is? Are you in chat, my friends? Go check out Goat Genetics, right? Goat Genetics got the best genetics, seeds, flour, and all of that. Goat Genetics, my friend, right? It's LC, because I don't know if I mixed it up. All right, you guys are saying it's. I do notice that, and that's why I'm like, there's no way. Okay, all right, guys, I got it. I'm on it. I already had that queued up, but I wanted to make sure. Nancy didn't know that the body was found at all. So here we go. This guy is across the board on a lot of different stations interviewing because of the knowledge that he has about either this case or similar.
That I would have to believe with my law enforcement experience that law enforcement is not ruling anything out at this point, nor would I rule anything out at this point.
Right now, investigators are searching for answers in the disappearance of a 39-year-old personal trainer who was last seen leaving a South Carolina gym. And as the search intensifies, a big question remains unanswered.
Okay, now a search intensified that was found. Let's not get this twisted. All right. What's up, proud mama, 2 girls? Let's not get this twisted. Just because it came out right now, it doesn't mean that the information is not what we need to find out who did this to her. Was it something nefarious, etc.? All right. Well, there we go now, because you guys know how to be loud.
what happened in the moments before she went missing. I just spoke to a private investigator who is on this case on the ground, who is working to try and solve this mystery. What the people who saw Elena last told him. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Right now, the search for Elena Moore is getting a lot of attention because the people who know her say it is just so out of character for her to vanish like this. And I just talked to a private investigator who was brought into this case by friends of Elena Moore, and these friends.
Okay, so this is probably more pertinent anyway. This is probably more pertinent because I did not realize that that was the private eye that got brought into this particular investigation surrounding Elena, which now that there's a body, he's going to dig into the who, what, when, where, why, digital forensics, and all of that, right? This is in South Carolina, guys, same as JP Miller, JP and Mica. All right, let's continue. So this is very pertinent. And now I know why that guy was all across the board, was because he's the private eye connected to this case.
Carolina, Columbia. Now, Moore is someone who it appears really lives to help people get strong, healthier, and just better. You look at these videos that we found on her social media as she is working as a personal trainer. According to her Facebook, she worked at a gym called Wolf's Fitness in Lexington. And from all the comments that we're seeing on social media, she is someone who has a lot of friends, a lot of supporters, and now a lot of people who are concerned about where she may be. As far as her personal life is concerned, she is married to someone who we're not naming publicly. We did talk to that person today, though. They said that police have advised them not to make comments to the media, but when allowed, he would be interested in speaking to us in the future. And he is the person who reported Elena missing one day after she was last.
Okay, one day after she was last seen. Deborah, if you just came in, this happened 6 days ago in South Carolina. All right, let's continue. And if you came in, you're not going to miss much. We're getting into the case.
So here is what we know about when Elena was last seen. Police say on Thursday, June 11th, she left the gym where she worked. She then went to a CVS. And then after that, she went to Planet Fitness.
Doesn't her face look confused, though? I'm glad that we can get that level of detail once in a while. And I could be reading it wrong. She could just be asking them a question, but you'd think that Planet Fitness is small, right? You usually just go in, scan your thing, and head out. I don't know why she's standing here with a bottle of water looking confused. Maybe these people will do an interview at some point, because they're some of the last people that saw her alive. These were the clothes she was wearing when they found the body. So I wonder if she was discombobulated when she was there, how she acted, what was her demeanor. Inquiring minds want to know.
And that Planet Fitness, we were told by this PI, is like a half mile away. Her membership shows she checks into the gym around 6:40 in the evening. Then she checks out around 8:30 that night. And this is a picture police have put out of her at the check-in desk at Planet Fitness. Now, police have said they don't yet know if this is a case of foul play. They haven't ruled it out either, and they haven't said whether they believe that Elena is in imminent danger. Now, there is a lot of concern and frustration, it appears, about this case, just from what we're seeing in social media comments, because it has been several days, and yet there is not a lot of information or clues that we know about publicly about what may have happened to Elena or where she may have gone. So I want to show you that picture once again of her at the check-in desk at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, we haven't mapped anything out or any of that killing time, but it was how far away from where she was last seen? Very close, because she was in those woods, going towards the woods where they found a body, but I don't know what the proximity is. All right. I don't know how far in she was, but she was absolutely found where she was walking. All right. She could have been slipped something at home. State of mind. She does look confused. It's weird because this was what she always did. She's a fitness trainer. She trained at another gym, but when she trained for herself, she went to Planet Fitness, right? You still laughing at big receipt. Maybe she thought it was a movie, right? She's like reading it. She sat there for like half a minute just reading a receipt.
And as we zoom in on it, you can just see what she was wearing when she was last seen, that olive colored zip up sweatshirt. It appears she has black leggings on. And it also appears that she has a purse with her and a water bottle. So Moore was first reported missing on Friday, June 12th, the morning the next day after she was last seen. And again, it was her husband who reported her missing to police because he hadn't heard from her. Now, what Moore specifically did right after leaving the gym is a major part of this story. So this is the map where the Planet Fitness is located in Lexington. Police say after she left the gym, she walked into a wooded area behind that building and behind the Lowe's Home Improvement store that's right next to it.
All right, I hope that gives you a better idea of how far she was from when the last time they saw her versus where they found her. Now, I don't know what dehydrated. She had a bottle of water there. Angel of Truth is definitely something mental that happened. She either stopped her meds, took something that didn't mix well. Schizophrenia is absolutely serious if it slips out of control. And the problem with that Angel of Truth is that her husband took a day to even report her missing. And then when he did, before that, he sets it up for her mental health, that she did this to herself because of her mental health. Right? I know. There's a lot more weird things when you see her walking away into nothing and then she finding her body later in nothing in the woods, not close from here. That's odd.
Police say they put up a drone in that area. They've done a grid search. They did a preliminary search, and there just has been no sign of Elena.
Until
now, as you pull up that Google Maps image, there are a couple things that stand out. The first is we're not talking about a rural wooded area. In fact, right behind that Lowe's is the Columbia, South Carolina office of the FBI.
Oh my goodness.
And you can also see through that area are residential neighborhoods. Now, we did look up her address, and it is in the direction where she potentially was walking.
There you go.
It also would probably be, according to Google, like a 2-hour walk.
We'll know.
Authorities say there is no known vehicle in her possession. Police told WLTX television that Elena's husband found her car on Friday. It is unclear where that car was located. Now, police were behind the Planet Fitness on Monday for hours. They were looking for clues related to where Elena may be. And police did point out that as they were doing a search of that wooded area, that, quote, this was not a recovery operation, but rather a precise effort to rule out one less place Miss Moore could be. So here's the missing persons poster put out by police for Elena Moore. She's 5'7". She stands roughly 120 pounds. She has...
Guys, this is... We're going to find this stuff out, but right now we're not going to find out if she was treated for schizophrenia. It's all rumors from friends and people that knew her that said her mental health had been declining a month prior to this, her going missing, and now body being found. Yes, they found her body. If you look below right there, it's streaming on the very bottom. Body found in Lexington, South Carolina. Needs to be identified, but it's Elena Moore and it matches the description of her. All right. So yes, her body was found. They still need to identify her. Oh yeah, I'll pull that up in a minute. Let's see, because they might put it in here. I don't want to play it again.
Brown hair and brown eyes. It is unclear if she has a cell phone in her possession. And remember, she did have her purse when she was last seen at Planet Fitness. We don't know where that is either. Anyone with information on Elena Moore should contact police in Lexington, South Carolina. The number to call, 803-358-7271. There is also an email, asantoro@lexsc.gov. Joining us now to talk more about this case, private investigator Henry Dukes, who is working this case. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. We're recording this just about 4.
All right, so this is a private eye. We're going to get more information. And before I move on, if you just came in, hopefully there were cameras around, especially FBI office. One more time, guys. I'm gonna play that clip one more time for you. All right, and it's only 1 minute and 17 seconds. So if you walked in late or didn't see it, this is the I got it from Pretty Lies and Alibis. It's all over the place, but I like her and I want her attention. I tagged her in it. This is the video. This is a week before she went missing. Man says she seems disoriented. She is not a DoorDasher, but she's playing DoorDash right here with the lady behind her, okay? Very odd behavior. As she walks up, you can see that she looks confused as to where she even is. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You can take that over. I want to take a picture of the door.
It's not her door or her food, by the way.
Thank you.
Watch the DoorDasher. She seems very disoriented. I don't know what happened. Look at, she's reading that receipt, man. She's reading that receipt like it's a book. My receipt's bigger than yours. She said John Moore. She read his receipt and handed her. Killing me, man. Yep, there it is. Just delivered your DoorDash. It wasn't my job, but right on time. All right, let's continue. We can see what's going on here. Something's going on with her that should be concerning. All right, let's listen to what the private eye invested involved.
4:30 Eastern time on Tuesday. What can you tell us on the latest on the search for Elena Moore?
At this point, there's nothing really more to tell other than there's been an active 3-day ground search that's been taking place.
And today's
how did you get involved in this search from the private investigator side of things?
I was asked to get involved by
I know.
family and mutual friends of Miss Moore.
What can you tell us about the final steps that we know about as far?
That is why I was laughing about it, because the guy's name is John Moore, and she read it right from the receipt, because DoorDash always puts your name on it. She's like, "Oh, John Moore? Okay, here's your stuff." I heard her saying it. I don't think there's a connection with the last names. I think they might have said something.
Or is where she was before she went missing.
Okay, I mean, the way we can put it is our investigation is totally different from the law enforcement aspect. Understand that. Because we're private investigators, we are investigating strictly as a missing person. We're not ruling out anything as far as what could have happened, maybe happened, or anything like that. But one of the facts we know is
that is interesting. She was not only a personal trainer, but she was a pharmacy technician, and that's a good call. Did she get drugged with some? Did she drug herself with some? Did she self-medicate? What happened?
she was at the CVS pharmacy on Sunset Boulevard in Lexington, South Carolina. From there, the next time she was seen, she was at Planet Fitness, which is approximately maybe half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from the CVS.
There you go.
Was where she was seen next, at the Planet Fitness. From that point, she left the Planet Fitness and was heading in the direction of a wooded area. The best way I describe it is she walks out the front door, she would be going toward the left.
And that was around 8. It said it was around 8:40 at night on Thursday of last week was the last time she was seen.
I think approximately that time, yes. Maybe a little bit earlier.
How did she get from the CVS to the Planet Fitness?
I have no idea other than we would have to believe at this point she was walking.
Yeah, and why would she? And by the way, yeah, she did. There's nothing to it, guys. I don't know if you guys don't use DoorDash. I do all the time. You order your food, they drop it off usually since COVID. Since COVID, they just drop it off at the door. They'll put it on the ground. She went and picked it up, and the DoorDasher's policy is to get a picture of the bag of food that's sealed at the person's address. So that's why the lady behind her said, "Can I get a picture of she want to get a picture of the door that got delivered with the food, so that if somebody walks off with it, the DoorDasher doesn't have to repay." All right. Okay. So yeah, that she did nothing. That she was just, I don't know. No, because DoorDashers don't even get a tip like that. I don't know, man.
So has it been confirmed that she did not drive to the Planet Fitness that night?
Yes.
Based on what friends have told you about Elena Moore, how did she typically get around town?
She had a vehicle.
I think so.
I mean, she would use.
Did she live in that
vehicle?
building?
How was that located?
I am not at liberty to discuss that in any fashion. That's not part of, that was something, the vehicle concern was prior to her becoming missing.
Now, as far as is that the vehicle concerned, just her being separated from the vehicle, you're saying?
Correct.
And as far as I know, it is not believed that she has a cell phone on her. What have friends told you? And I know I see her social media. She was a personal trainer. She markets herself to clients, often using social media. What have her friends, her family told you? I guess their reaction to the fact that it doesn't appear that she has a cell phone.
It's unusual, but at this point, we can't confirm that she does or doesn't. I mean, I can take and speak on the fact that her phone is not accepting calls at this time.
Police have said that her husband is the person who reported her missing the following day. What do you know about what happened? At what point that he decided that something?
Now, I want you guys to realize that although law enforcement is saying that there's no person of interest, they've got to be looking at the husband by default, okay? And I've already given you a few clues as to what to be looking at. His steroid usage. Was there an affair that was going on? Was she going to divorce him? Were they split up at the time? Why did he wait for a whole day to call it in? Did he just go to sleep all good that night without his wife there? It's like, oh, it's fine. I'll call sometime tomorrow. Get up, make your coffee, eat some breakfast. Maybe I should call law enforcement now. The wife's still not home and I'm getting hungry. Lunch is coming up. I mean, what? Yeah, they don't, because they don't want things to get out. They don't want the person of interest to run. All right, let's continue.
Something was wrong and apparently needed to contact police.
He hadn't had any contact with his wife. It was the reason he felt it necessary to file the missing person report. He was concerned about her.
When was the last time he saw her?
That I can't answer to that. I don't have that information because, again, our investigation part does, kind of pick up from the CVS where we know that she was there and then down to the Planet Fitness. And from the Planet Fitness, we're open to any options.
At this point, is there any indication that there's any potential for foul play in what happened to Elena Moore?
I can't take an answer to that. I can tell you that I would have to believe with my law enforcement experience that law enforcement is not ruling anything out at this point, nor would I rule anything out at this point until she is located, and hopefully she's located safe and sound.
Now, guys, now that she's located, I really want you to keep an eye out. Holly, especially you. You're all over the interwebs. Yeah, we don't know anything about any of that. But what we are going to know soon, Mama Pearl. Mom says, did he get a big life insurance? That's another thing to look at. Now that they have found her body, once the medical examiner rules, they're going to rule whether there was foul play, a homicide, or they believe it was self-inflicted. Okay. And then we're going to get a much better understanding of this. What's my understanding? That he's in jail for violating? I don't know. I haven't heard anybody say any of that. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what everyone is hoping for. What have friends told you about her marriage? How would they characterize it?
Right. Exactly.
Everybody's pretty much characterizing it as they weren't having problems with their marriage. Okay. I'm not aware of any, nor have I been told of any. Even when you look on social media, you can see that they were doing stuff together. They were involved. Like you said, she was a personal trainer. She was an individual that was fit.
Yeah, those are all up-to-date pictures, which only makes sense that something went awry between that time and now, or it had already been happening. Like the husband said, she's not mentally well. Was he being truthful about that because was just being truthful, period, and he had nothing to do with it? Or was he trying to use that as an excuse? We don't know. When we find out how the medical examiner rules this case, then we'll know.
What have they told you about just her life in general and who she was and what was going on?
I mean, she was a very liked individual. That's one thing that I get commonly told by most everybody. That's one thing that they're saying about her.
When it comes to, I guess, the search that is going on right now, it seems that if she leaves the back of the Planet Fitness, she goes into this wooded area, but I mean, you live in the area. It doesn't seem like we're talking about a vast forest where she went. It seems like there's a lot of neighborhoods not too far from where that Planet Fitness is located.
No, it's not. There's a lot of subdivisions throughout the whole area. And that's the reason that I immediately yesterday put up on Facebook and other social media outlets in reference to asking everybody, check your video cameras, check your ring cameras. We're looking for any footage.
Yeah, and that applies still. We still don't know what happened to her. We still need footage. I know. We hope so. We hope at least the medical examiner can rule either way. Okay. Her neighbor said she was abusive. Her neighbor said her husband was abusive. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that he was abusive. Again, J.P. Miller
had possibly spotted or picked her up walking through those subdivisions, because, you know, my experience in law enforcement with some of the areas that we went into over the last couple of days, you know, searching, it was not an area that if there was a road to walk on, a paved road or sidewalk, I would be using it. Again, you have to understand.
It's not a tumor. What? You guys remember that? Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not a tumor. What are we talking about? Tumors? What happened? What did I miss?
We don't believe there was any reason that she would be trying to conceal herself into the woods.
Yeah.
So there would nothing lead me to believe that she wasn't walking down the road, you know, walking in the subdivision, which if you left out of Planet Fitness and you turn left going out of their door, you're going to come up on a road. And then if you go one direction, you would go into the subdivision where you would be walking, you know, through a subdivision, which would eventually come out on a major highway.
Like, how walkable is that area? Because I know they say it's wooded and you kind of look at it. I mean, is this a spot that people are typically going through?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, people are out there walking all the time from the neighborhood. It's not, there's sidewalks, there's, you know, shoulders that are well maintained. I mean, it's in the city limits of Lexington. So it's maintained. It's a populated area. It's not a.
But I wonder why she was walking back there and why she was even walking, but why walking back there? It's not a tumor. You're gonna post a new crime quiz. Yeah, the car did leave her home. She it was they found it in the Lowe's parking lot. I'm not sure who said. Yeah, kindergartner cop. That was it. Kindergarten cop. It's not a tumor. Pika. Wait, yes, he did find her car in the parking lot at Lowe's / Planet Fitness. Isn't that weird? Things that make you go, All right, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit all notifications, subscribe, get a membership. Thank you.
There's a lot of cars moving around. That's another reason that I have stressed with people that if she was out, you know, walking in the area, I feel like that, you know, people would look at her and go, hey, you know, and we call in a tip and say something.
And I'm sure they have.
What your friend said just about her mental state and what may have been going on in her life.
I am not, honestly, I cannot talk about that part in any fashion. That's not something that I'm at the liberty to discuss.
But has she been has she done anything like this ever before, according to people who you've spoken with?
Not that I'm aware of. There is no instance where she's been missing before.
I know police said that they put a drone up over this area. I think yesterday they searched that area for hours. You have a vast experience. You have vast experience when it comes to not only just being a private investigator, but you worked in law enforcement.
And it's good to see the terrain because earlier you got to give it up for the Facebook person. I don't know if they're a creator or what, but her name's Christina Otto. It really shows you that they were not in some wooded area that nobody goes to. They're right there in the city limits with the trees and the houses. There's nothing hidden about that. So how did they miss it the first time and the second time? They were searching 3 days. I think this is the 4th day and they found her. She's been missing though for 6 days. This is the 6th day.
I mean, at this point, I guess where is your head at knowing that, you know, it's been 3 days and at least according to police, there's literally no sign of Elena Moore.
I didn't see
any. Well, basically, we started a couple days ago in a actual grid searching of the area behind the Planet Fitness and also down from another shopping area and, you know, working the wooded areas out and basically.
We absolutely have not identified her yet. However, the coroner is working as fast as possible. They say body found confidently. They found her body. Her description matches the clothes she's wearing. Everything to the T matches her. Now Lexington coroner needs to identify her body. But the fact that they put a press conference telling people that it matches her description and her clothing, that's enough for me to say bodies found. Now we just wait for the identification.
Gridding them. Now, law enforcement, there was a large presence of law enforcement yesterday who was assisting and also searching the area also. And there was more area to cover where, again, you can't get it all done. And,
Thank you, Pica. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for supporting the channel. Well, that's what we're speculating on, is the husband. The husband didn't call her, didn't call in the fact that she was missing until the next day. And then what about that? He finds her car. Oh, wait, that's because he was a former law enforcement and private eye. So why wasn't he out looking for her? Choo choo. Thank you. Appreciate you.
12 hours of daylight. Okay. So I guess if you're asking where the head's at, is where my head's at is to continue the search. And the way I have been doing it is in a direction toward her home.
Because, and I'm not giving out her address, but if from
far?
what I can see just on, looking at maps, if you leave and go through the back of that Planet Fitness, you would be headed in the direction to where she lived.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would be like if she was walking home. So this makes a lot more sense than it did before. And it gives you a clearer understanding of either someone literally lured her and then forced her in the area, or maybe she was walking home. Maybe she locked her key. I don't know what the hell, why she would have left her car and headed that direction, but it gives you a better idea of what happened. Why, we don't know yet.
Have friends, was she a regular walker around town? Is that, I know she's like a fitness person, so people obviously like getting their steps in, but was it out of character for her to be kind of walking as a way to get home and around town?
Yeah, they also,
I would take and not call it out of character, but she is definitely somebody who works out a lot. So as far as walking, I think that was a general practice for her to do. I mean, she frequent the walking trails in the general area. Some of them, if you've looked at the overview across the dam, you've got Saluda Shoals Park, where there's walking trails. There's walking at the dam. The whole crossing of the dam is a 2-mile walk, just the dam facility itself. So as far as saying that it was unusual for her to be walking, I would not call that unusual.
Has she walked home from this Planet Fitness before?
I have no knowledge.
Yeah, we know nothing about any of that, but I do want to clear some things up. I want to say there's speculation that Brannon Slice, her husband, was a police officer. That is the speculation from friends and family members and people commenting on Facebook, etc. He is verified to be a private investigator. A LinkedIn profile shows Brannon Slice as a private investigator in Lexington, South Carolina. As a matter of fact, guys, he calls it Slice Investigations LLC. Additionally, news coverage about the Elena Moore disappearance notes the claim that he's a PI, that it exists, though some outlets say they couldn't identify it independently. The LinkedIn profile does. None of the search results for anything show that he was a police officer at any particular police department. Let me continue. So we can't verify that, and I don't want to say yes for sure. Give me a minute.
That is not a question that I have asked.
Have you spoken to, and I know there's the image that everyone's seen of her at the Planet Fitness that police put out. They also said that, as we've been talking about, she was at the CVS. What if people who are some of the last to interact with her said to you about anything related to what was kind of their recollection of what she was like that day?
I mean, the people I've talked to, the main thing that we've interviewed them in reference to, did she say where she was going, information like that. We really didn't get into, that aspect. That's more the side of what law enforcement would handle.
What did those people tell you?
Just simply that, the biggest thing they said was when she left the facility, she went out the front door and she went toward the left.
And she went towards the left. But as far as, and this may, again, draw into the law enforcement side of it, but in terms of, it didn't seem like she was, they didn't characterize as if there was something seemingly wrong to them, like when she left.
No, sir. No.
And then Henry, I know you're offering a reward for information on this case. What do people need to know about that?
Well, we're offering a $1,500 reward at this current time. That's how much we have out for any information that leads us to the location of Miss Moore. I also, any tips that are given to me directly will be forwarded directly to law enforcement. We are not one that takes a tip that comes in. If somebody called in and said they knew where she was at, we would not go out and handle that. We would let law enforcement handle it. Also, our main purpose is to get the information out to people. We're asking that they keep, sharing it, keep talking to people. And again, the biggest thing I stress is check your video around that date. Okay. The June 11th date, even the June 12th date. I mean, I'm okay with, hey, we could just check it from June the 11th to current. I'm not, if we can see her on a camera, I would be, blessed to get that information. And again, if for some reason, people want to send a tip through me, that's fine. They can use my email, they can use my phone number, they can contact me through social media anyway. And that any tip or information that's provided to me, that
Okay, I'm unmuted. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being patient with me, Barbara. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had to give baby guilty attention and I wanted to. Can you imagine someone getting harassed and she tried to intervene and chase the perp and he done her? No. AJ says ex-cop PI, you think rather than move her car, if that's what happened, he would know to call the police. And that's why he's suspicious. And that's why we're talking Mica Miller, JP Miller is even in the same state. Yeah, a lot of things. We're gonna keep up on this. Don't worry. What's up, Auntie Ree? I got a butterfly and an avocado. Mab, So this is my first time hopping in here. Came late. Why was the husband fired from PD? And how many years served? Okay, so Michelle, welcome to the crime crew. Hit the like button, get the notifications. Here's this. Right before you just came on here, there is absolutely no evidence that can tell us how many years or if he was a police officer whatsoever. But he is a private investigator and he has been for quite some time on LinkedIn. That I don't have, or I can actually look at LinkedIn if it lets me. Then in conclusion, Brannon Slice, her husband, is a private investigator. There's no evidence that he was ever an actual police officer that held a current officer license. And if so, we don't know why he was discharged or any of that. We do know Slice Investigations LLC is registered and he actively holds a current South Carolina PI license. Okay. So you would think that a man like that would go looking for his wife, right? Look at all the MAB fans we have in here. What's up,
not trying
MAB?
to cut law enforcement out of it in any fashion. That information will be forwarded as we have been doing to law enforcement.
And I know you've been chasing a lot of leads. What's your next steps as far as what your investigation looks like? What are you going to do next in this case?
Continue the grid search all the way out to the residence. I can't say it any other way. That's my objective right now, is trying to guess the pattern of travel that she would take and covering that extensively.
All right, Henry Dukes, private investigator, working to help find Elena Moore. Thank you for taking your time to be with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. I think we did a good job today. This was crazy because it just came out, right? I didn't even have a chance to. I had a chance to put the episode, but I didn't know the breaking news was coming right when I came on. All right, she wasn't with anybody. We camera footage shows she was alone, walking alone into a wooded area for no reason. We have no idea. Bree, hello, J Mods. You'll have to rewatch. Yes, hashtag rewatch crew. All right, Mab, do you have any inside information? First, let me put this up. What happened to Elena Moore? We're going to dig more into that. Her body has been found in Lexington, South Carolina. It does need to be identified by the coroner, but they say that the matching description of her body type, height, clothing, and everything else matches. Okay, so they're going to get the coroner. So she doesn't have members speaking to the public. They don't exist. So odd. Well, here's the thing, clowns. Nobody has given a direct statement about anything because we didn't know that she was even in danger. If you watch the news on this, or just go back to the beginning of the episode, everywhere you turn the corner, law enforcement said she wasn't in any imminent danger. As a matter of fact, we don't know what the husband told them. The husband may have called 911 24 hours later and said, we've been separating and she's been cheating on me. I think she was with, John Doe that night. We don't know. But the family probably will speak now that we know that her body has been found. All right. It's all sad. It's always sad. All right. Nope. I haven't heard anything as of yet. All right. So she doesn't have family. Yeah, we don't know, but we'll keep, he did. Her husband is the one that called 911. I don't know if he called 911 or the actual law enforcement. That's a good question. And we'll find out as we go. My girl Tiff. Oh, is it on tonight? Really? Okay, guys, listen up. Let's cleanse the palate. We need justice for Elena Moore, which means to find out what happened to her, who did what, or was it self-inflicted? We don't know. Again, very parallel with JP and Mica Miller case, same state, same mental health situation. All right. Her friends did. Her friends and family talked about her being abused for years, as the same as in the case. Now, cleanse palate. We're here for true crime. We know that. All right. We are a true crime community to the fullest. But when we get a chance to cleanse the palate or do something else where we can get along, like hang out, CrimeCon, guys. CrimeCon Las Vegas, to me, that was priceless. I didn't even, the money that was spent to go there, you can't even make up for that with the people that we met, the knowledge that came out, etc. All right. So although we do true crime, we also like to have a little fun and meet the people. And, sometimes we got jokes. But what I'm going to do is bring this up. We did make it to Dolly Vision. We made it to Turtle Island, Dolly Uncensored. And I want you guys to make sure to go vote for Guilty of Crime. All right. If you can't understand what the hell the game's about, they will tell you as we go. All right. So I haven't seen anything yet. Oh, it says Turtle Island season premieres tonight. So that was 6 days ago. But let me just show you real quick. If it's on tonight or not, it's not my show. I'm on the show though. All right. What's up, Allie? Good to see you. Okay, Allie OZ. Are you the Allie that was hanging out with us playing the slot machines, playing the Wheel of Fortune? Is that you? I'm still trying to find the Allie that was hanging out with myself and Mrs. Guilty. Allie, let me know. Okay, my girl Tip says Turtle Island's going to be on tonight, and we're on Turtle Island. No, I don't think she was SA'd. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. So this is wrong Allie. So jam and vanilla. There you go. Mama Pearl, there's Allie that gave you the jam and the vanilla. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Teresa changed my profile pic, but I'm your Florida friend from Maddie. So, this is Teresa. Hi. I never know because I got now that K5. I thank so much for the $5 super chat and for being part of Guilty of Crime. All right, so Turtle Island, guys, we're getting the link. I can't drop a link, but my girl Tiff can, and she has. Let me just find it because I can't do it. I can't put links like that. Hold on, I want to show you. All right, so this is season 7 of Turtle Island. Hopefully, it's a lot more fun than the prior seasons, and I think it will be. Check this out. We made it to Turtle Island, season 7, on the first episode, guys.
Third, coming to the island tonight is Cooking with Mr. Good Looking Alex, Mr. Single, Disease Free, Needs a Girl. Okay, is number 3. Number 4 is Guilty with Crime.
Guilty of Crime.
So our first 4 contestants are Patriot Pride, Mrs. Mab, Cooking with Mr. Good Looking, and Guilty of Crime are our four people tonight. Mab didn't get any votes. No, I think you did get a couple votes, Mab. You got a couple votes. You just didn't get as many as Patriot Pride. And what the problem is she was adding y'all's votes together.
Oh, come on, Mab. You already won Turtle Island. Help a friend out. Let's get Guilty of Crime to win Turtle Island season 7. All right, I'm all about it. I don't care. I'm going to tell you guys, ask you guys, please go vote. Keep up with Turtle Island. Let's try to get a win on season 7. All right? That's awesome. It's good to have and build other communities on YouTube. And, you know, a lot of the people that I've met, like Teresa from Florida, you're my girl. I didn't even know that was you, right? As many times as we talked and worked together and talked about things, I didn't know that was you. So we're building a community here. We've been building it and we're going to continue. So thank you guys. Turtle Island's a show for true crime creators mostly. And you'll go to the channel and vote, but we're not doing it. It's not right now. It's not right this second. Just go sub up to the link that Synth put up, or Tiff, anybody. It's at MMA Cage Buzz. All right, and you'll get all notifications. All right, guys. Jay, will you be at? I probably am not. I'm not even gonna lie, Angie. I don't think I'm gonna go to Orlando. I'm not a big fan of Florida in the first place, so I don't think I'll be at CrimeCon in Orlando. I know it sucks. All right. What do you mean you never get to speak? What do you want to talk about? ARW. What's up, ARW? Now's your time. Go vote. All right. Go sign up, vote. It's all the way across the country. No. Hey, you guys, I'm in California. If y'all ever want to do meet and greets, there's been several people that I've done meet and greets with that come to the Bay Area. So y'all can do your thing. All right. Y'all can do your thing. I don't have to go all the way to Florida to meet and greet. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Thank you guys so much for all the love, support, all the new people, all the old people, all the current people. Appreciate you. Love you. I'm hearing that it's Turtle Island tonight. So let's cross our fingers that it's happening tonight. How do I vote and where? Well, first, go sub up to the channel and watch for the notifications, and then we'll figure it out together. All right? Good night, buddy. I don't know. I heard it got pushed out. Tiff, do you know if Ashley Buzzard's going to court? Did it get pushed out? What happened? I don't know, my friend. I don't. But I'm out of here. I'm going to go hang out with Baby Guilty. What are you talking about? She's always fed. You're very welcome. Appreciate you guys. Love you. And I'm going to go hang out with my daughter. Till tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Or might see you tonight on Turtle Island. Good night.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?